You good?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, Kevin, so first remember, you tell me what you like most in the work, and then tell me where you think you could improve on a technique or skill, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Um, the thing that I uh I like about my work is how much time I spend into it. Like how how it appears now. It's like far, like it's like well the most important thing is the uh process to get to this point. It's like I didn't intend for it to come out like this, but this is how I did. And the process, I I remember. I think started Tuesday, and
Mm-hmm.
then like I started out drawing uh with paint. Like on a black canvas, and then like then how it transformed, and like how like the whole process of it for me is like how to put myself in the process, and how to stay uh focused, and like the whole time, as I'm in the process is the most important thing to me. I think that's the whole thing that I like. It's cool to look at a finished product, but the most important thing is about, you know, like the process. Uh, how to make it your own. You know, you know, the final product. It comes out how it comes out. And it's something that I can improve on is. I don't know what kind of program, but the process of it, maybe I can like uh, pay attention to blocking and shading and stuff like that too. But
Oh, your shading is so much stronger, and you're pulling away from the outline on the figure itself. I'm so impressed with that. And in your background, I don't mind because that's more of your decorative element.
mhm.
But in the figure itself, pulling away from the outline, um, you're doing so well with that, you know? And I know that was really hard for you in the beginning. And look how much better you're doing with that.
Yeah,
I'm really pleased with that.
yeah.
Um, what do y'all think? What do you like?
Well, I think I have something to say about it. Right here it's a portrait picture of like a childhood picture of me. It's like I'm not sure how like the age I was, like maybe like 4. I don't think I was in school yet, but like in the picture is right here. I cut the picture out and I put it right here. Like and I had it. I'm like no, I have to put this in my work. So like I put it right there, and then I like at first like no and his uh portrait picture, like I think I was holding a picture up. Like I'm not sure who's in that picture. And when I did this portrait at first, like I was trying to copy it, but then like I was thinking to myself, in the process, what you said, like um um don't pay attention to the picture much, like if you feel in by a picture, do it, but like you have to make sure that you have your own,
Yes, you have to make it your own. You
making
do.
your, yeah, and so like
And you can't, if we don't want you to just replicate a picture.
yeah, that's all part of being an
And
artist.
that's what I love is seeing your creativity,
Yeah,
your personality in this. And yours is loaded
yeah,
with
and
that.
it's like at first. you know, that the picture, I didn't know I was supposed to change the picture, you know, like, but then I thought, you know, how come I'm here, you know, like I came here because of my parents, so, you know, I put my parents'
I love
picture,
that.
like, printed it out, you know, so, you know, and then I cut it out, like these parts, like, you know, right here,
Mhm.
where my hands and fingers are, I cut the picture out right here, and then you know, I just put it down there, and then I took some, and then I taped it off, you know, right here, you know, I put some tape around it, and then I took some spray paint and I sprayed it, you know, to have that effect to it, you know, that shiny effect to it. And then I think I got um some Mod Podge, like it's the kind like it
Mhm.
shines,
Yeah,
and I tried to like take care of that, you know, that effect of
give it a little bit of a gloss to it,
yeah,
so, yeah,
no, I tried to, so
I love that.
yeah.
Have your parents seen this yet?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's it.
are they pleased?
Yeah, that's it. You know, I say hey, hopefully. So,
Yeah,
and then like I just have some spray paint and stuff right here, you know, and then I have some paint markers, you know, and some, you know, in these uh b- b- uh b- b- uh uh the faces right here, like, you know, sometimes I keep a small gas pad with me, and then like I draw like faces. Then I just took it out and I cut the faces out and I put some glue. You know, just, you know, like you said, you're supposed to add yourself
yep,
into your work. You know, and so, you know, here's, you know, that right here, and here's my mom right here. You know, and you know 58 and 63 is the year that was born, and I put uh, 91 right here, and and some paint markers and stuff like that, and some uh stencils and stuff like that, you know, designs, you know, and I put a flower, just trying to add my
I love that you did that.
yeah.
I have a few minor recommendations for you, okay?
Uh-huh.
But first I wanna give the class a chance to respond to your work, are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay, alright, so what do y'all think?
I love it. I personally love the work. I would even buy this if possible. You know, like it's so good that I really like it.
It's personal, you can't buy it.
Okay, I'm not. I'm saying
It's not
like,
for sale.
I'm not saying that I want to.
I have
but
some
I'm
stuff for that you can buy, like some other pages you can buy, but not this one.
I just love how like stylized it is, and it really does show that it has you in it. I feel like that's in
That's
an
what-
artwork if that it hasn't.
He has
it's
a
really
definite
good.
style, it's
Yeah.
very strong. Yeah, he does, I
Um,
love that.
I think as far as critiques, I wouldn't say there's really anything to critique. I really like it, but I think there's just like minor things like one thing is like one of the fingers is like a little too long or something, but I don't think that's something that's really too important, but I don't know. I just really like it.
So you think proportion?
Yeah. On
Finger
one of the
proportion?
hands the proportion's a little off. For the index finger on that index finger is a
What?
little bit off.
That's how it appears right there.
Okay.
Come look at it.
It's two fingers. It's not just one finger. It's
Oh, okay. I read it as just like one finger.
so it's like right there. That finger starts right there, and that finger starts right there, and the hand is not too far off from behind the picture. So like that's what I seen.
Okay,
That's how I depicted it.
then that makes more sense.
I really don't know how to critique this one. It's so stylized and just like the story is like there completely and
like hold on, cut you off, but it's a story. Like I think how the first project we did it's like it's supposed to be a story of how things are, you know, in composition of a painting, so I have to keep that in mind. Like it's supposed to be sand, so it's not just supposed to be like just put that down, but like put it
Not
down.
just decorative element, yes,
like
you
me
got
holding
to,
the
you want,
picture.
like you did the pictures of your family,
Yeah,
you did the dates of their births.
it's
These
supposed to be
are
a
things
story.
that tell part of your story of who you are.
Yeah, because
And
it's
that
like,
that is very important.
you know, in our history class, how we try to understand like the things that these people were trying to say, you know, and how things were placed, you know, like stuff like that.
The symbols
Yeah.
become your narrative. This is
Chiaroscuro
your narrative.
and tenebrism, like it in a painting, it's not just there just to be there. It actually is trying to say something. So but of
Kevin's
course,
in my art history.
Yeah.
He's doing well in there,
What
can you
that's
tell?
like.
Yeah. So is Victoria.
and I put a heart right there because I think like I think it's been like 40 something years since they've been together
Oh, that's wonderful. That is
married,
incredible.
so,
Yeah.
before I was born, so I'm saying like
I love that. That's almost a tribute to them.
yeah, saying that now is like that's like impossible. Seeing how people hanging up like.
Okay, so I do get that it's difficult for y'all to critique because it's stylized. So he nails it on the portrait because that was learning your proportion, your flesh tones. And for Kevin, the goal was let's pull away from outlining everything. Outlining makes things flat, okay? And he's really worked that. So you can see in the shirt how he's pulled back on all of this. However, I would still like to see you get rid of this outline here. I'd like to see that flesh come over it and you darken the neck there instead of putting a black line that divides that.
The separate, yeah.
Mhm. And also, where you have this crown, I want to see the idea of some purple balls behind it.
Wow.
Then we would have 7 circles, but it would give this 3-dimensional. So if you just had the perspective and showed a little bit of those purple balls right there, you see what I'm talking about? The other thing is, I want, see this little outline between the teeth?
Yeah.
I don't want,
I felt that.
you remember, okay? And when you put something as big as a floral like this, I'm so glad that you did it in cool tones because that plays off of this and it doesn't take all the attention. See, the sizes is just as big.
Yeah.
It would have taken away had it been warm colors.
Yeah.
So that was a good call.
Mhm.
But imagine if that leaf had gone behind your face
Oh,
just
wow.
a little bit.
Yeah, I
Then you would have gotten that
Wow.
dimension.
3-dimensional.
Yes. Putting your parents on the diagonal was a good call.
Yeah.
I love that you did that. And right here, your horizon line.
Yeah.
What does your teacher want you to do with your horizon line?
Darkening it up.
Yeah, or
Make it
just
represent-
pull color.
Yeah.
So that we don't read it as, because look at this right now. Would you mind standing right there for just a second? Okay, I want you to see. All right, here is depth of black line.
Yeah.
See it? That's the major depth.
Yeah.
Then we move up and we get depth. See the black lining?
Yeah.
Then we move up and we get, you see that?
Yeah.
And then we get this. So there are the black line zones. You see what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
If you diminish this one, the focus stays here.
Huh.
You can leave this one, but if you'll flush this one and diminish this one, you see what I mean?
Yeah.
That's all I would tell you.
Wow.
They're little bitty things, but I do think that it would overall make your composition stronger.
Yeah.
And you've got a strong composition anyway. I'm just telling you,
Okay.
those are tiny tweaks. And right now, I don't want you to put that behind the face. I just want you to remember that next time.
Yeah.
that if you overlap
Overlapping.
your images, you will get more depth in your work, okay? But this one, do you see how wide that line is? And it just is cutting off, it's distracting here from here, and I don't want that to happen, because this is a focal point. So just maybe put a little bit of your warm color tone up in there and just kind of, just obliterate that line a little bit. You get me?
Yes.
Because I think you could make that work with your warms.
Okay.
Yeah. What do y'all think? And do you see what I mean about if he had just the
Yeah.
idea of the purple
Oh, yeah.
balls?
And like
He'd have
with the
7
flower
and it
thing,
would
too.
give it that. Do what?
And with the flower too.
Yeah. Just
'Cause-
little things. Little things. Absolutely. But I love this golden glow that you have around it. Your flesh tones, beautiful work on that. The eye is a little bit, you put a tiny bit of the pink here and here, okay? I would have done just a little bit of a gray right next to that pink.
Yeah.
It just gives the eyes a little more,
Depth. to it.
yes, just a tiny
Because
bit.
it's a ball. It's not just something flat in your head, you know.
Exactly. But your color variation in the hair, and I wanna tell you,
Yeah,
I
right.
love mixed media.
I'm sorry, but
No.
right there, like it's not on purpose. Like I took some spray paint, like in like you know the process, you know things that affect it. And I think, I think I took care of this before sprayed down the this part of
Yeah.
After I was done, I seen it, I'm like, I don't know, I gotta fix that. I'm like, I took a paint pen and then I just, but I mean, it's cool, like the process.
I love it.
You know,
It's like a happy accident.
yeah, I mean, it's cool.
Yeah. And that's what we talk about, you
Yeah.
know,
The
when
process.
something happens, just make it work, and you did. And look how it works to give a variation, I love it.
You know,
No, it's good,
like,
good.
in the process, you know, you have to be 100% into. You gotta open, like you gotta, you know,
But you-
train how you see things and train yourself how you your eyes. You know.
I love these faces that you're always putting. So is there a meaning in them, or are they just you?
You see, well, it's that. Well, if you see that right there, that thing I got right there, you know, every time after any class,
Yeah.
and I put my paint that
Yeah.
I didn't use. I don't know. I just tried that one time, and I see how it looked. And then I just said,
I love
let
that.
me do that.
Y'all have to get up close and see these little, he puts little faces. Did y'all know that? Look, see, he puts them right, do you see them? He's always putting his little facial proportion studies. Is that awesome?
That's awesome.
I love it.
It's so good.
It really is.
It's so sweet.
It really is. I'm so pleased with
It
this.
just makes me smile too.
I know.
Boy,
I
smile
know.
away.
Where's your signature on this one?
Right here.
There you are. Okay. There you are.
And the time, and my thing, I always put,
I love
the
that,
exact
yes.
time
I love that.
that I finished it before I sprayed the finish on
I have a challenge for you this next week.
it.
I want you to come up with an artistic signature. I want you to play around with your signature.
I do.
You do? Okay, I want to see what you've done with those.
I do. I sound like.
The little
Oh,
That's
okay.
how I sound.
Very nice. Okay, that's a good one.
I mean, I do, but you know.
It
Absolutely.
makes me feel
Okay.
like.
But for class, I figure I try to put my
Yeah.
own name in it.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Okay. All right, anybody else have anything for him?
I really like the color of the upper background. It blends but also outlines, and I think that's really cool.
Just spray paint and just like
I know, and
trial and errors. You know.
when he puts a little bit back here, I don't want you to lose that beautiful blue tone you got there.
That's
That's like a gorgeous aqua blue. It's really pretty.
a paint pen, really.
I love that. Don't lose that. Just give just give an idea of those. Like, you know what I mean? Just barely.
Yeah.
Does that make sense behind
I
them?
mean, it's too big, I guess.
No, it's like, okay, can I show you over here real quick?
Yeah.
All right, so where you have the crown, hold on, let me Alright, so these are 4 peaks, see that? Okay, and on each peak, you have 4 targets, you get me?
Yeah.
Okay, so now, that's okay, but you made it round, right? So the truth is, if it's round, guess what?
It's gonna be circular and it's gonna have something in it.
Now do you see the perspective?
Uh,
You get me? Or you can just imply, which is probably what I would do, because if you do that much detail, remember sfumato as it goes away from us, hazing out? So if it were me, I might just kind of imply a little bit of that, and I'd even leave the triangle off. But by implying, do I like that? Maybe. Hold on, no, I don't like that either. Process here, hold on.
yeah, the process.
But it's always about process, so we know that that might go up a little bit, and let's just kind of curve those as well. No, we want it lower. Oh, we want to overlap it, that's what I'm wanting. See, I just figured it out. So, I think that if you would bring it here, and then what if you kind of overlapped a little bit of that where it breaks up the circle behind it? You get me?
Wow.
Now, does that give it more depth? You
Oh,
get
yeah.
where I'm going? I mean, play around with it on your sketchbook a little bit and look at it, but now you get more of a 3-dimensional. And then again, then this would shade dark
Yeah, because
it's going behind. So all we do is shade this in dark. And so see how you have these all, this brilliant purple you have, okay? So what I want you to do is then these, you would do in a darker purple,
wow.
just a little bit darker.
Uh-huh.
Does that make sense? Now you can see it more. And then come over here. And there's your 3-dimensional. You
Wow.
follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I think you should do to it. So that our eye, number one, we don't want the targets. I love that you cut that off, but they're right at the top.
Yeah.
And there's 4. And there's triangles. And it's pulling the eye here. And we don't want to take away from here. So if you'll just barely put the idea of those in behind. Ooh, I do this one to the left, this one to the right, and that one to the right.
Wow.
That's what I would do. What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, you were right, and you're right about the flower. Like,
If that
been
had just
tilted up.
gone a little bit behind the
Yeah.
face.
Like I mean, like I just put that down because I didn't want to affect that, but like you're right. Like I should have put that behind, because it.
And
it
you
was
could
pretty
go
depth.
back in and do it because you could paint this black line here and then pull this here and then fill in with the green.
Wow.
But then you're going to need to enlarge one of those to offset the scale of that one. I just really don't think that that's important enough to mess with. This is important enough though, because that's perspective.
Yes.
And because you have that perspective there,
Yeah.
this is, and because I don't want the eye going. So I want it to stay, and when you drop these down,
Wow.
you're keeping the eye here.
Wow.
Got it?
Yes, and what you said about this line,
Just
it takes
yeah.
away from the whole thing. Yeah.
I would delete that. I would just bring some. When you work your purple tone here, just pull a little bit of that in here and just kind of, you know how I've shown you that implied? You don't have to delete the whole line. Just don't let it be solid black.
Yes.
So bring some of it in, some of it in, some in. Got it?
Yeah.
Just a tiny bit of tweak, tweak, tweak.
Yes.
Got it?
Yeah.
And I think you could still pull this off.
And I think like right here is too thick, kind of maybe.
No, but again, if this had gone behind this leaf, see?
Depth.
Points. You want to stop and think about points.
Yes.
Points are going to point the eye.
Oh, okay.
So you always want to think, it'd be better if it were behind it. It'd be better if it were under it.
Yeah.
See? Pay attention to your points, okay? But no, I love it. I love this. I'm proud of you.
Thanks.
I'm so proud of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I hesitate to tell you to do anything because I love it so much, but I know
I take
you,
it.
and like you said,
Yeah.
if we can see something, let's do it.
Yeah.
Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
And I don't think it's too late for you to add that, and it should not have, who drew the bird?
Me, bird.
Come back and fix it. I didn't mean to erase it, I was erasing that. Now I want your bird. All right,
Thank you.
Kevin, so proud of you.
Thank you.
Guys, let's give them a hand. All right, Lily, you're next. I'm not ignoring you, dear.